Hi, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I've got this video here lined up where we're going to be reviewing what's been happening within my stock market portfolio for the month of October. Been a few things happening regarding buys and sells, and we'll be sure to check over the dividend income received for this month, which by the way has been a record month for the year, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So portfolio value overall is sitting at £92,381.40, and this was taken on the last day of October. This is accumulated with a value of £88,222. We've got cash sitting on the sidelines right now, about £4,150. As I said, I've been busy this month and I've sold two stocks. I've sold Bank of Nova Scotia and I've sold Blue Prism, which we'll go into the reasons in a little moment. And I've also been buying heavily. I've bought a good few companies where I've either started a brand new position or I've added to existing positions due to the share prices coming down a little bit. I've added in this section to the right hand side just to show you my contributions to my ISA allowance. We all get £20,000 per year in the UK, and this year I've put in £12,500. If the market does seem to have a meaningful correction, 10 to 15%, I would like to top this up, but right now with the £4,000 sitting in cash on the sidelines already within the portfolio, that'll do for the time being until there is some meaningful corrections. I've added in this section here as I think this is a really powerful image that we're looking at here. From we can see where I've started back in 2018 to where we're sitting at just now. The portfolio value, as we mentioned, is up at 95,000, but we started away back in 2018 at about £5,000. You may be looking here and you'd be thinking to yourself, where's the massive drop? Obviously we all went through the COVID pandemic drop where the market corrected 30, 40, 50% in some stocks. And the reason for that being is that at that given time, that was just at the start of the new tax year. I think it was about March to April time, and I flooded in a ton of money about that time, about Q2 2020, Q3 2020. And that kind of evened out. I had a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines where I started to purchase more stocks. And from Q4 2020, you can see that the portfolio almost doubled in value, but it's been up quite considerably from 50,000 back in Q4 2020 up to the 90,000 mark, and that's where we've been sitting around for the last 5, 6, 7 months or so. So we'll see how that pans out for the rest of the year. This image here is what keeps me motivated. I know that I'm on the right tracks here with how this has been performing over time, and to give you an indication of when we started back in 2018, I had zero clue what I was doing at the time. I've made so many mistakes along the way, but the positive thing is we've still made money out of it. And that's one of the key factors to take away here. And you might be asking, why has this been broken down into quarterly reports where it goes out into August, September, October towards the end? And the reason for this is that Hargreaves, Lansdown, my broker, they issue quarterly reports. So I've went back in time and I've looked through all the results and I've manually inputted that data into the table here. But I've also added in the more recent results where I'll be looking to add this in on a monthly basis out to the end of the year. And probably as we enter into 2022, I'll provide a quarterly report where it shows you the overall view, but I'll also be doing it on a monthly basis to see the fluctuations up and down on a more short-term basis. And this section here goes over how I'm currently weighted, my allocation in regards to geography and also through the industries. So geography-wise, I've got a lot of international shares. I'm quite heavily in the US markets. I am based in the UK, I'm from the UK, but I've only got 21.4% of the portfolio in UK shares. So looking at this, I think I want to get this up to about 30-35% of the portfolio. I'm happy with the holdings that I've got, but it does put me at risk of currency fluctuations, which as of yet, it hasn't been too bad. Industry wise, I'm quite heavy with 90% within technology, 17.6% consumer staples, 11.7% financials, 11.4% healthcare, and you can start to tick off the rest of them as you work down with all the different industries shown there. It's got a little section that's saying 0.6% non-classified and unclassified funds up at the top at 1.7, and I think that's to do with one of the MLPs I've got in the portfolio where I was struggling to work out where this is actually allocated. Now we're into the juicy part, the dividend income received, where we can look back and see how much companies have been paying me out in dividends. So October 2021, it's been a record month for the year, and to be honest, I don't think I'm going to exceed that going into November and December. This month was £252.80, and we've got all the shares listed here below. So we'll just start ticking through some of these, starting from the bottom. We'll get GlaxoSmithKline, £27.93, Merck, 14.43, Altria, they were very, very nice to me, as they had a 5% increase which brought this value up a little bit, and that's £43.29. Ventus, £18.16. Medical Properties Trust, £26.38. Micron, very small amount, £2.62. Bank of Nova Scotia, this is going to be the last one that I'll get from them. They've been a real good dividend payer, £45.76. And New Residential, they've been a standout player here as they increased their dividend by 25% from the last payment, resulting in this month's highest amount, £53.36. And then we've also got Edison International Utility Company, £20.87. And if we compare that to the right hand side, you can see some of the stocks that were previously in the portfolio last year. We had PPL last year, we had Iron Mountain last year, HP, and as I said, Bank of Nova Scotia. This will be the last one. So we've still got Ventus, still got GlaxoSmithKline, but the other three ones at the bottom and Bank of Nova Scotia at the top, they will no longer be in the portfolio. Looking at the overall dividend progress chart, I really like to look at this one as this paints the full picture. Looking at previous performance, if we look at October, we've had another stellar performance. £60 it started off in 2019, up to £153.91 last year, and now we got the record for this year, £252.80. So really exciting stuff. I love looking at this chart as it really paints the picture of why dividend investing is part of my strategy to accumulate wealth. Total dividend income received overall from the start in 2018 up to now, it's coming in at a whopping £4,170.20. And when you think of that, that's quite an obscene amount of money that companies have paid me over the last 3 years, and I'm super privileged that that's been the case, and I'm hoping to extend that out into the future. Now we'll go into some of the sales and some of the buys within the portfolio. I did do a video about this a week or two ago, going over the moves and why, so I'll just quickly sum it up. Bank of Nova Scotia, love the company, but it was quite heavily weighted within the portfolio. It was up a few percent. The dividends that came through the door, they've been nothing short of impressive. But from an allocation point of view, I'm not just a dividend investor, I like to look at growth stocks, and there was a couple of stocks out there that I felt I would like to have these in the portfolio up to the next 5 years or so. So Bank of Nova Scotia, I did liquidate the full position. We came in at a profit there of about £500 or so from the capital gains. But if I take you to the next image, this is where it tells the real story. Total dividends received, £398.12. Back in 2019 when I opened the position, I had 72 shares and I did buy some more, adding up to 103 total shares. Payments have been through ranging from £32 up to £45, and it's been a real good dividend payer. So by adding this all together, we get the capital gains and we get the total return, and it comes in at £983.64, and that gives me almost a 25% return on this company, which again I'm really happy for. Second company I've got is Blue Prism. It's a UK based tech company, and if we look at the share price, you can see how badly beaten down it was within the last year. I picked it up on the 26th of July, picked up 240 shares worth £2,000, and shortly after that there was an announcement that this was going to be getting acquired due to the recessed valuations. The market cap about then was £1 billion, and a company came in. This is how the share price has been quite stagnant because it's under a merger and acquisition activity. I'm happy to take the profit here. I've got about £650 out of it. I thought the company was going to go higher over the long term, but if somebody comes in and snaps this up as a bargain, there's not much else to do. But all in all, £650 in 3 months, not going to cry over that at all. Really delighted to get that money back into the portfolio. 2 new stocks, picked up Coupang e-commerce company, picked up 119 shares. These are based in South Korea. Got the share price at about $26.97, and I spent £2,360 on this, or including the charges. So that's quite a high position. It's about 2% or 3% of the portfolio, and when I'm starting a new position, that's kind of the values that I'm liking to go for here. As with Amgen, large pharma company, picked up 15 shares at a share price of $205, and again total value of the trade £2,282.30. I then added into 2 existing positions I've got. Alibaba, needs no introduction, Chinese e-commerce company, being hugely beaten down due to the crackdown on Chinese tech companies. But I've added to the position. I picked up 10 additional shares at a price of $160 at a total value of almost £1,200. And Money Supermarket, another company that's been in the bad books recently due to the energy crisis we're facing. A lot of providers are going bust, and this is then seen as that Money Supermarket won't be able to offer as many price comparisons out there. So what's happened is the share prices came right down. I think long term the company's still going to be quite strong. I picked up a 404 shares at about £2.06 at a total value of £850 give or take. And the last company that I've got here that I've started a new position in is Alphawave IP. It's a UK based tech company, semiconductor company who specialise in IP connectivity. I think long term, if the bull thesis carries out, it's going to be a huge winner. But right now the share price is hyper volatile as there's been some conspiracy theories regarding some of their contracts that they're currently pulling off. I picked up 887 shares at a value of £2.56, and since then the share price has tumbled. It's down almost 30%, and I think if this gets down to either a market cap of about 1 billion or I get down to a loss of about 40% or so, which I think that should be quite similar levels, I'll add in another £1,000, as I think this could be a huge opportunity if these controversial elements get ironed out in the long term, because again, in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, these sort of issues, if these get ironed out, they'll be forgotten about and it'll be back to fundamentals. But that'll sum up this month's video. I hope you've enjoyed the look into the portfolio. If you've enjoyed this type of video, please subscribe to the channel as I'll be rolling this out every month. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.